Hi Cancer, welcome to Key Wisdom Tarot. My name is Ruth and I'm your Reiki Master and Tarot Reader. Welcome back to my channel, my loves. This is your September love reading, Cancer. Thank you so much for all your love and support on my channel so far. Now, this love reading, these were very popular last month, and it's going to be the same process this month. We're going to draw 6 cards, each with a specific relevance linked to the Tree of Life. Cancer, let's get started. Quite intrigued. You're getting a lot of I don't know yet. Just bear with me a second. Maybe it is that one. Maybe it is that one. Which never happens. Okay, so I'm drawing your cards as I go now. I'm just doing that intuitively, Cancer. Usually I just pick them in the order, but they didn't want to be in the order. The first card represents your overall energy and focus for this month, okay? Your second card represents what or who you could encounter or experience this month. And your third card represents your perspective. Third card represents your perspective or your recent past. Your fourth card is your love lesson or love potential. There's a few more cards that will actually want to come out. These cards want to come out. They're probably clarifiers, but I don't know where they go yet. This one as well. They're probably clarifiers. They may not be, but I'll know when to pull them, okay? So let's look at the first card, okay? So the first card is your overall energy or focus for the month of September, Cancer, and this is the King of Wands. I would like to say to you, Cancer, that I'm really connecting very strongly in personal readings and just generally with the moon energy, so your moon sign. So if you know what your moon sign is, Cancer, I highly recommend that you check out the moon sign video as well. The moon sign's all about our internal processes, and I really feel like I've really connected strongly with those energies. I do not know why, but I have. So please check out your moon signs if you know what that is as well. Okay, so the King of Wands is the overall energy or focus for this month. This is what the universe is asking you to embody and to the universe wants you to experience this month, and that energy is of the King of Wands. Now the King of Wands is a masculine energy. It's about taking action. It's about being inspired to take action. It's about taking inspired actions. It's about listening to the universe for guidance and allowing that to take you forward. Now, I'm talking in terms of universe because that just covers everything. But people, you might say that's your intuition. You might say that's signs and synchronicities. You might say that's God. You might say that's advice from, you've come across a tarot reading, for example, online, and that's giving you that advice. Whatever that is for you. For me, I just say universe, but this is really what the universe wants you to experience, is this. It's about taking inspired action or being inspired to take actions. So really for you for this month, Cancer, I'm going to say to you, this month you've really got to recognise what it is that makes you want to move in a specific direction. If it's fear, forget it. That's the best thing the thing to move as it should be because it feels good, because it feels right, because it feels right for me, good for me, makes me happy, for example. So whatever that is for you, this month, this is what you're being asked to do. Take an inspired action, taking action toward the things that you're passionate about, okay? Towards somebody. This is a love reading. Somebody that you're passionate about and a situation that you're passionate about. I feel like this card wants to come out next, so it might be linked to this one. Let's look at this first. We've got the Ten of Wands. This is what or who you could encounter or experience this month. I feel like this card in the centre, don't know what it is related to this card. This is a Ten of Wands. So really, when I see a 10, we celebrate. When I see 10 of Wands and 10 of Swords, I celebrate. And when I see 10 of Cups and 10 of Pentacles, I get concerned because because that might seem an odd way around to think about it, but whenever I see the Ten of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups, I know, oh my gosh, the stress and the strain. But people don't, to get to that point, but people never realize that. They always think, oh yeah, I've got the Ten of Cups, everything's going to be amazing. Well, eventually it will be, but first of all, you've got to get there and you've got to make the choice. So when I see the Ten of Wands and the Ten of Swords, this is very obvious to everybody. You know, it's obvious to you, it's obvious to me, the type of things that we need to be doing and the type of things that we have been doing. Okay, so for you guys, number 10 is like the end of this stress, the end of this strain, the end of this struggle. You know, you've been working so hard, some of you, to overcome something, or to in work potentially, in the relationship that you're in potentially. You've been working extremely hard, and to the point where you've had no time for you. You've had no time to focus on you. You've had no time to focus on, you know, yourself and actually really work out what's going on internally for you. You know, you really had no time to focus on that. I've noticed this 3 times now, so I'm gonna show it you. 2 come up. You know, 2s are all about our commitments, the commitments we make to other people, the commitments we make to ourselves and our thoughts and our minds. We commit to feeling a certain way. With 3 2s, that's divine intervention. Really, that's related to the ascended masters like Buddha, like Jesus. These are what we call the ascended masters. So whenever we see 3s or 3s of anything, we know that it's the universe's way of saying to us, pay attention, pay attention. So for you, it's about what I just said. I can't remember because I always forget. But you go back and you pay attention to that message, what I was saying about the ten of Wands. You know, how aware are you actually, how conscious are you of the amount of work and effort that you've been putting into a situation, to potentially a relationship that really, how is that making you feel? I mean, to be fair, it's making you feel like this. It's making you feel like it needs to be over. Let's look at this card. I don't know what it is, but it wants to come out to relate to this ten of what's that, Wands, and it's the Justice card, to clarify. So the Justice is saying there's going to be balance, is going to be restored. Okay, balance is going to be restored. If you've been doing all the work in a relationship, or if you've been, you know, going out on dates with people and they've not been working out, and people have been dropping you, ghosting you, orbiting. My friend said, one of the girls sent in the WhatsApp group this week an article on the BBC about orbiting, which is a new thing, which is like ghosting, but apparently, oh my God, I don't even know why am I talking about this, but anyway, I'll talk about it maybe in the other video, the September astrology video, because it's a bit more relaxed, that video. Okay, so the Justice card says that we're going to have a balance. We're going to have, balance is going to be restored, okay? The Justice card is air energy. Now remember, this is, as I said to you, this is, what number is that? 9. This is what, just bear with me a second, there it is. Yeah, this is related to Libra. And the second energy, the second card, is about what or who you could encounter or experience this month. So for some of you, this is a who, and it could be representative of a Libra. But for others, so some of you could be in a relationship that's heavy going, that you're doing all the work, that you feel like you're putting all the work in, and it's just really difficult. You know, you're not getting anything out of it. You know, you don't even have a minute to yourself to even think, am I happy? You know, am I happy to continue in this way? You've not even had a minute, for some of you, Cancer. And, you know, that is going to end. You have to make the choice to end it, though. You have to make the choice to put those wands down, to stop carrying the load and the burden, okay? And it looks like you do that, whether it's that situation going on with an Aries person for some of you. For others of you, justice is restored, balance is restored. So the thing that's been and it could be that that work, for example, has been overtaking your relationship, that you haven't had a chance to date because you're working too much. This is saying now, with justice coming in, balance is going to be restored, you know, but you have to do, you know, you have to take the opportunity. You know, justice is 11, you know, 1-1. So it's about the potential for a new beginning, and definitely walking toward that. You know, it's 10-11, isn't it? And it's about going toward a new beginning. But again, it's one, there's new beginnings, the opportunity for new beginnings. But again, with number 10, you always have to choose them. It looks like you do though, because we go from 10 to the 11. Okay, so that's really nice. Okay, so the next card is going to represent your perspective or your recent past, and this is the Temperance energy, or the patience card. Having patience, you know, it doesn't feel that pleasurable. The Temperance card, you know, whenever we you know, the interesting thing is about the Temperance energy is it's related to Sagittarius. Whenever we feel this energy, whenever we experience it down here, it doesn't feel like, yeah, I'm just chilling out, just taking my time. It feels like you're stuck. It feels like you can't move forward. It feels like you can't do anything. You can't overcome things. Things aren't moving quickly enough for you. And really, that's the universe saying, okay, you know, you need time out. You need time to reflect. You need time to really see your situation, to really understand when to take action. There's a card. This card is clarifying this. You know, that's what the Temperance energy, the angel of, you know, that's what she's doing. It's healing, it's patient. However, for you, when you experience the Temperance energy, for us, when we experience the Temperance energy, and let's be mindful of what that actually feels like. When we experience this energy, it feels like, you know, there's obstacles in our way. There's things slowing us down. Nothing's going well. Everything's difficult. Everything's hard. Everything's challenging. You know, why can't we just get together, or why can't we just come back together, or you know, and you know, and in relationship sense, you know, some of you may be in separation or have felt isolated in your relationships. But look what is to come. Okay, this is beautiful. We've got the Four of Wands here. So it's as if, you know, there's been this temperance around this, around securing your Four of Wands, around securing that bliss, that happiness, that relationship, that solidity that you want, that stable relationship that you want, one that's passionate, one that's but one that's built on real true respect and real true mutual balanced love and balanced understanding, and that's what this energy represents. So it's as if we've had to wait for that, some of us, and it might have been frustrating, but it's something that again, we've got 11, we've got the Justice, we've got the 10 of Wands. So this is definitely saying that for some of you, this is something that you have been waiting for, and something that could potentially come in. And then what's going to tell us that is this card here. Now this is related to this card here. I knew we'd get there in the end. So this is your 1, 2, 3, 4. This is your love potential or love lesson for this month of September. Oh my god, I've got my fingers crossed for you. King of Swords. Okay, so this wants to come out as well to clarify. So that's the 9 of Pentacles. Let's look at the King of Swords first of all. Okay, so the King of Swords is, I mean, look at that. Yeah, this, your love potential is about truthfulness and honesty. And you know, for those people that are in a relationship, Pisces, with an Aries or whoever you're in a relationship with, might be a fire sign, actually, Sagittarius. In fact, some of you could be with a Sagittarius, because the Temperance energy is Sagittarius, and obviously we've got a lot of fire here as well. But anyway, it's a time to speak your truth now. It's a time for you to, you know, it's a time for you to be honest with yourself about, and take honest action, take honest steps, speak truthfully, behave authentically, go toward the things that you authentically feel that you want. And it's hard, actually. It's hard for some reason. It's hard for you, and there's something that you for some of you, there's something that you are struggling to let go of. For some of you, you are, this has just come through, so it might be specific. For some of you, you are divorced, for example. You've been divorced, but you still hang on to potentially reuniting with your ex-wife or your ex-husband or your ex-boyfriend or your ex-girlfriend. And I don't know how, if you've actually really recognised that until now. I don't know if you've actually seen that until now, that there's part of you still holding on, part of you still wanting that person to be interested in you, wanting that person to be, that ex-partner to be interested in you. But this is about taking decisive action. Some of you could have been in some sort of unstable relationships. and you've not had any stability and you're wanting that, you know, you may be dating a specific person or people, some of you, nice work if you can get it, and goodbye tiny dog, and this is now about being truthful and honest. There's a change that's happened, that you know, things are very different for you in your relationship, whether you've been in a relationship for a long time and now you're single, or vice versa. Things are very different for you, and it's as if you are about to see that this month, and you're about to really claim that power, claim that personal power, recognize how that feels, and you know, when you are single and you're on your own, or really whatever age you're at, you know, yeah, when you're single, when you're 21 and everyone else has got boyfriends or girlfriends, you feel like, oh my god, like I'm on the shelf, like no one's gonna, like, whatever, love me. I don't know. When you're a bit older, you know, you should feel really empowered. I think it's really important to recognize the space and the freedom that being single as an adult, you know, when you're financially secure, you've got your job, you know who you are. Being single then is the Nine of Pentacles, and that's a really powerful place to be, because you start to see who you are. You start to see what you want, you know, what you are worth, you know, what you are worthy of, and who is worthy of you. And I think that's a type of energy of the King of Swords is promoting. That's a type of love lesson. It's about, you know, that worthiness. You know, are you, the people that you're around, the person you're in a relationship with, the people that you're dating, are they worthy of you? Or, you know, recognizing that, you know, the time that you've spent single or casually dating or whatever, you know, it's time now to maybe move into a different sphere. And for you as well, it's like seeing what's in your heart, what really truly you want, and really claiming your personal power. You know, we've got these two kings and justice here, so, and the Nine of Pentacles, actually. So the very strong cards, as in, like, they are, but there's balance, because we've got king, we've got male, female. So we've got this balance here, like Temperance. We've got this balance that's, you know, between action and not taking action. So you might have done some casual dating but not got fully involved or whatever. So there's going to be shifts, there's going to be change, okay? Now this is a challenge for you though, the Hanged Man, okay? Now the challenge of the Hanged Man is, I'm going to take my socks off, I'm really warm. The challenge of the Hanged Man is the ability to recognize, to see the blessings of this singledom, or the blessings of this difficult relationship, if you've been in that, to see the blessings of that, to recognize, actually, you know, it's positive that I've had this time by myself. You know, it's, even if you, I don't know, 45 and 3 times divorced and, you know, 3 kids to 3 different guys, whatever, you know, the universe is saying to you, like, you're still worthy, and you need to recognize and own that. You need to recognize and own that you are worthy of a relationship, and you need to recognize and own that, yeah, okay, that those relationships didn't work out, but you now understand why. At least you now understand your what you can do differently, or what you've did in the past, or what, you know, and I feel like some of you are still not recognizing your worthiness, your personal power. You're not really, some of you still, Cancer, aren't seeing it. And the universe this month is saying you need to recognize your personal power. You need to see your personal power. This is your focus, isn't it? To embody this energy of the King of Wands, to take action towards the things that you want. You know, the Wand energy is about inspiration. Do you know, I forgot, I was drawn to this before I started your reading, and this is actually related to the same element, to obviously element of fire, and to your second chakra, your sacral chakra, and this is about your passion, your creativity, your inspiration, and your action, your ability to move toward those things, your ability to take action on those things that inspire you and that make you feel passionate, that make you feel alive, you know. And sometimes the life force could be another Wand energy. Sometimes the life force can be drained out of us, and sometimes that can stop us from taking action, moving toward the things that we want. But the advice this week is no. This is your advice. This is how to achieve balance. This is what you should be doing. You need to move. You need to go toward the things. And, you know, the wand energy is a very, the knights are, again, the palpable energies that you feel. You'll feel the thoughts flying in your mind, and you know, you'll feel the surge of energy, and you'll I can see how some of you will be afraid of it, actually, this sort of dynamism that suddenly you're feeling. Some of you have felt asleep, or not asleep, just this. You've had your head down. You've not had the time, the energy to focus on anything romantic wise, or anything externally romantic, and now the universe is saying, no, you need to move toward those things now. You know, Cancer, don't stop yourself from moving toward those things. I'm just going to pull a card, because one wants to come up with this Knight of Wands. I mean, yeah, the Knights are a real, they're a real force, they're a real energy, they're a real movement, and you should be able to feel that difference, to feel that your mind is thinking differently, that you're taking different actions now, that you're being more proactive in your relationship, your current relationship, or in finding a new mate, a new partner, or in telling that person how you feel, or in asking somebody out on a date, for example. And the universe is saying, yeah, go for it. You know, and this is the second time I've had this out, and that's this. I said in the last video that the Tower energy reminds me of energetically actually feels like the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Wands. It's got that sort of energy to it when you feel it, when you experience it. And this is what I see for you. I see there's going to be a change in what you've been doing, in how you've been acting in your relationships, in your dating life. And the universe is saying, this is what you need to do. You need to start taking action. You need to start to feel it. You need to start to recognize within that you are starting to feel differently about the situation that you're currently in. So whether you're in a relationship and actually you feel like you want to leave that relationship, or you want to change that relationship, then you'll start to feel that. If you're single and have been single for years, you don't date, you're not bothered, you're not interested, you'll start to feel the difference, the change in that. Okay, we do have actually Venus squares Mars on the 8th, from the 8th of September. So that's quite interesting, because that means that you are, I mean, that's a planet of love and squaring the planet of action. So really a very good summing up of your reading. It's looking closely at your feelings of love, you know, your romantic love, your partnerships, those things. And it's about, and being square to Mars is saying, it's almost like putting everything in sharp focus for you, putting everything in sharp focus, and that's something that you're going to feel. You're going to feel that focus shift, that focus change, and you're going to want to, hopefully for some of you, move toward this energy. You know, it's now, we no longer need to be, you no longer need to be isolated and on your own if that's where you've been, or in a relationship that you're not happy in if that's where you've been. You know, now is a time for change and for difference, and for think about the reasons when you're taking actions, you're moving into relationships or moving out of blah, 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 whatever it is. Be considerate and mindful of what is prompting you to take those actions. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there, Cancer. I am going to do the additional reading. I've got some exciting announcements. If I've got the energy to do it, no, I will. This month I'm going to do some extra videos, because people have been asking for free readings. I'm also disabling the comments on all my videos except the additional September videos that I'm going to be doing, just because I'm trying to balance the personal readings, which I've had lots of, thank you very much, those people that have booked them, and balance, you know, creating my website, which is something that's been ongoing. So obviously responding to my Instagram and my Facebook posts, creating those posts and responding. So I have to streamline. So please watch the September astrology announcements and additional energies for September, which is what I'll also put it out with all the videos at the same time. Okay, Cancer, thank you so much for being here. Oh, bless, Tiny's sleeping on the floor. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you all next week, I think, won't it be, or the week after, with your next weekly readings. Okay, Cancer, thank you very much, my loves. Take care. Bye.